Dylan, how about in Monrovia? How has engagement influenced your success in maintaining a sense of community, particularly because you're in such an urban area and regional area?
I think we sometimes, local government officials sometimes mistake, maybe lack of public participation as broad support for an item, right? We don't get participation. We don't have public residents showing up to a council meeting. I mean, how many times have we adopted budgets, $250 million and not a single public comment on it? I mean, we just got through one. And I think sometimes we mistake that either they don't want to participate or they're disinterested because they want to participate. I think it's really more of a challenge for us. And again, how do we engage them in meaningful ways? And for some, it's tools like Polco surveys. For others, it's, town halls and forums. I think for us, one of the things that we spent time on I spent time with the city council is talking about the council goals. What are the key overarching themes, goals? And one of them is relationships. And relationships for us was all about engaging stakeholders in our community. And everything we do, we have to be thinking about new creative ways to engage people who have never been engaged. They're wanting to be invited to participate. And so for us in Monrovia, we have probably 6 to 8 different Facebook groups of 10,000 plus people. Some people are part of all the groups. And so when I want to engage people, I just publish something and encourage some of these administrators of these social media pages to share it. And you'd be surprised how fast that information can get out. People weighing in. And that's a way to communicate that, I couldn't do on my own without them. So even during instances, we recently had a major fire right here in Monrovia, the Bobcat fire. It's a big one right here in Southern California. It burned across the entire hillside, a little over 115,000 acres in LA County, largest wildfire in LA County history. It was a significant ordeal, and we really had to change and modify the ways we engage with the public as that fire burned down the hillside right into our backyard and even burned within the city. New, unique, creative ways to engage, to talk, to discuss, to share information, to be able to respond regularly to concerns and questions about what was going on. But I think what I'm most proud of is kind of what we get to look forward to now. We have about an 85-acre park that's been burned. It's beloved by the community, so much so that 20 years ago, the residents voted on a special parcel tax assessment to purchase about 1,500 acres of the mountainside to be for public property in perpetuity. So we have these beautiful hillside properties that the city owns for wildland and open space area. And much of it's burned and inaccessible now, rocks and debris flow, mudslides this coming winter. So what we're doing is we're trying to engage residents by taking them up to the park in a way that we've never done before. So looking at use of drones and how do we get aerial footage of their favorite walking trails, their favorite sites and locations. We've got time-lapse cameras. We even have some virtual walking cameras to take people up. Here's what the trail looked like before it burned. Here's what it looks like now. We even hired a cadre of photographers to be our on-call photographers. So when we start to see grass seedlings sprouting up, or when we see debris from a recent mudslide, we want to be able to get up there and get pictures and be able to share those with the community. So in ways, we want to take them to the park because they can't get there without us. And so I think it's trying to find, whatever the circumstance, a creative way to engage people where, everybody can watch a cool drone video for 45 seconds, but they might not want to come to a 45-minute long meeting and listen to the city manager go like this about what's going on up there. And so we're trying to think a little differently.
That is great. I have to apologize. You've had COVID, you've had post George Floyd issues, and the fire. you've had a tough summer.
The problem is I started right before all this happened, so my new nickname is the Black Cloud.
Well, it certainly sounds like you've been dealing with it very creatively, for sure.